Welcome back, you wonderful people of the Shield Wall Nation. This is going to be a video about who are first responders. Please, before you get any further in this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below in this video. Tell me what you think. Well, a lot of people think that first responders are your paramedics, are the ones on the ambulances. Those are the ones that get there. They have the highest amount of training to take care of a situation, whether that is a diabetic situation, a bodily injury, whether it's broken legs, gunshot wound, broken back, broken arm, illnesses, whether that's the coronavirus, diabetic coma. They're the ones that are the higher professional one of the higher trained and skilled first responders. Well, within first responders, you do have your EMTs. Your EMT, there's EMT basic, EMT intermediate, and EMT paramedic. Paramedic are the ones that are the highest trained out of them all. There are paramedics on ambulances and also paramedics in fire stations. So when they do respond to that, you have a high level of care. A lot of people do kind of speculate that and think that maybe they're not getting the highest level of care because they're not in the hospital, which they are correct in a way. But at the same time, be reassured that you are taken care of. But we also have first responders as police officers. Police officers can be those first responders. They can arrive on a scene that maybe is a gunshot or a car accident or someone on the side of this road waving them down because their baby's choking. They are trained in CPR and basic first aid and lifeline care. A lot of people don't know that. But they're trained to do that as well. So those are your first responders. But one thing that a lot of people don't understand and don't realize, that we all are first responders. We may not have the knowledge to do CPR or how to do basic first aid care, but we are all first responders. We're the ones that see the accident. We're the ones in the accidents. We may be in an accident, but we're not the one that is severely hurt, but someone, the other cars, there might be someone severely injured in there. And we are the first responders. We're the first responders to other vehicles. We are the first responders to family members within our cars. We are the ones that are there. We are literally the first ones there. We're the first ones that may see the accident happen in front of us. And I need to pull over. I need to pull over and administer care. Whether that's, hey, are you okay? Where are you bleeding? Where are you hurt? Okay, let's put pressure there. Let's stop the bleeding. Or even if you don't know CPR, but you can do a semblance of CPR, that might save someone's life. There's someone choking in the restaurant. I'm sure you've seen movies and seen somewhere how to do the Heimlich maneuver. We are first responders. We are not trained by any means. We are not. But we are all first responders. And that's something we got to realize. And also when it comes to first responders, there is a line of expertise, so to speak, when it comes down to passing down a patient. Now, as far as the bottom of the barrel, as far as first responders, that's us. That is the common citizen. Then it goes police officer, firefighter, and then the EMT. And then once they get the EMT, then there's the hospital, whether that's a nurse on duty or a doctor that's on duty. And why I also mention that is there are some people that just refuse to stop care and refuse to pass over a patient because they feel an obligation to take care of this patient. And you got to remember, if you're the police officer that's refusing, or a firefighter that's refusing to hand over to an ambulance, that could also be patient neglect. And if that patient dies, there can be some serious ramifications. If you pass on a patient that is less qualified, let's say you're a firefighter and somehow you're the only one that can respond, and that's there, and there's another car saying, hey, I can take them, and a firefighter puts the patient in that car, that's patient neglect. And if anything happens to that patient, that firefighter is liable for the ramifications. So just to keep that in mind, if you are of a, and I'm sure most of the paramedics understand the that concept, but first responders do have distinct roles and equipment. Most professional, I'm stepping out of the realm of us all, I'm stepping in more of the professional side. First responders have a distinct role. Some of those roles may be the police officers may have to secure the scene. That scene may be securing it with cordoning off areas, blocking roads, with their weapons drawn to then de-escalate a situation, or unfortunately go to a situation where someone gets shot. Firefighters also have to then go in there with their hoses or fire extinguishers and extinguish a fire in order to get to those victims inside. And then it all comes down to the EMS. If they're around, they can make sure the scene is safe, and then they go in there and take care of the patients. And there's two distinct things that they have to make sure. They have to make sure the situation of the patient isn't exacerbated or getting worse, and then they have to also make sure they can safely transport the patient back. And that's why the ambulance is above all the highest quality first responding unit, because they have all the equipment, not all, they have most of the equipment, and they have most of the medicines and things to make sure that patient is of the best quality of health, getting transported to either a burn center, an emergency room, a cardiovascular hospital, a surgical spine and cervical center as well. So they have definitely a lot of the qualifications to set the standard of safety for a patient to get transported to a safe location. So this video is made to help people understand the sacrifices that our trained first responders go through. Our firefighters, our police officers, our paramedics, our military. There's military first responders, there's the forest services. Thank you. Thank you for the sacrifices you do. Thank you, police officers, for still doing what you do, despite the government and your local government putting handcuffs on you and preventing you from doing your job to its fullest. Thank you for risking your lives while there's people making false calls so they can ambush and kill you. Thank you for the abuse that you have to deal with for the uneducated population of the United States that are told to hate police and they follow like sheep blindly. Thank you. Thank you for protecting me and my family and my shield wall nation and my country. Thank you, firefighters, for going into buildings, risking your life to save the life of another. Thank you for putting out those fires so it won't destroy our property that may be next door to it. Thank you for risking your life. Thank you for prying open doors so you can pry people out of their cars, as it's been absolutely Thank you for prying open car doors to rip people out of the cars to save their lives. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice. And thank you, paramedics, for your long hours that you do. I'm not saying that all the other professions don't do long hours. I know they do, and I thank you for it. Thank you for the paramedics for being qualified and trained and doing what you do. No matter what the situation you may disagree with due to that person, you still put your life and your duty before your personal interests. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you. Not too many people appreciate what you do. And it's sad. It's sad that this uneducated population are so drawn to being accepted. The fact they follow like sheep. And if someone says you have to hate the police, everyone follows in suit. They don't care what the reason is. They just follow so they can feel included. Thank you for your sacrifices. You don't get enough thanks for your exhaustion in the efforts to give us the quality of life that we need in America. Your sacrifice and your family's sacrifice is greatly appreciated. And thank you, first responder families. The amount of work you guys do behind the scenes for your men, women in law enforcement, fire department, paramedics, may have gone unnoticed as well. And thank you for that. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for supporting the team when they need it the most. And thank you, psychiatrists and therapists, to give all the first responders the much needed release to continue doing their job and to continue sacrificing themselves. I thank you. Shield Wall thanks you. I hope you all have a safe career, and I hope you all have a wonderful life. Thank you. And all of you in the Shield Wall Nation, you have a great day.